Hey guys, what's up? So today I thought I'd make a video about a topic that I know a lot of people are interested in, and that is money. I recently got my first LES, which is a leave and earning statement. If you're in the military, you get one every time you get paid, which is every other week. And it just kind of got me thinking about how I budget money, how much money I'm making, how much is coming out in taxes and everything, and I just thought I'd kind of talk about that. So let's start by talking about how much money I'm making as a second lieutenant in the US Army who's single. Keep in mind, all of this information is readily available online. You could find it out with a few Googles. So overall, I'm making $2,972, just over, in base pay per month, which is taxable. I'm making about $906 a month from BAH, which is my basic allowance for housing, which changes depending on where you are. So here in Oklahoma, in Fort Sill, that's what it is. But if you go and you're based in Fort Benning or Fort Bragg or wherever, it's gonna be a little different. And then for my basic allowance for subsistence or sustainment, I can't remember exactly what it is, I get about $254 a month. BAH and the BAS are not taxable, which is actually very important, and I'll cover that soon. So if you add that up, every year I'm making about $49,500 a year. Also, you gotta keep in mind, sometimes you'll be getting certain allowances or whatever for stuff. For example, as an officer, you get a one-time access to a $600 tax-free allowance for uniforms. So I got $600 on my first paycheck that is not taxable to pay for uniforms. But also keep in mind, I had to buy all my own uniforms and they cost way more than $600. So you gotta keep in mind what's taxable and what's not taxable. One of the big things that I saw in my LES was finally it took out my federal taxes, my state taxes, what I pay into Medicare, what I pay into Social Security, and all of that, which is really important because a lot of money is taken out for taxes. But because your BAH and your BAS are not taxable, even though you're making $49,500 a year, really the income is about the same as making, these are rough numbers, I didn't run the exact numbers, but I'd say probably about $51,000 or $52,000 a year in the civilian world because of what you're saving in tax. So what should you do with all the money that you're making after taxes? Now, I've already kind of seen that this is a problem that a lot of soldiers, well, especially younger, lower enlisted, but also some second lieutenants have, is they just don't budget their money. They just don't think about it, you know? They just want something, they buy something. Really, it's important to budget your money just so you're conscious of what you're spending and how much you really should be spending on things. So first of all, what you should really do is save at least 10% of your base pay, at least 10%. I try and save 10% of my total pay, which is base pay, BAH and BAS, but 10% of your base pay. And you can easily do that by signing up for the TSP, the Thrift Savings Program, which is only open to, I think, government employees, and they can only take money out of your paycheck. You can't pay into the program, but basically they'll take money out of your paycheck and they'll put it in stock market funds, and you can kind of control that online. You can have them go for riskier investments or safer investments. Riskier investments have the potential to make more money, but you could also lose more, and then safer is obviously the flip side of that. But really, you want to be doing that right off the bat, just so the money never hits your bank account, so you never see what you're missing or anything, but you're already saving for retirement, saving for an emergency, doing all of that. Now, in terms of other stuff, you know, I've always been just really good about money, really conscious with money, and I actually went ahead and budgeted out kind of category by category of what I'm gonna spend. You know, what am I gonna spend a month on food? What am I gonna spend a month on rent? What am I gonna spend a month on fun? I actually already made a document. It'll be in the description below. I'm gonna upload it to probably Imgur or some kind of file hosting website. That'll show the breakdown of your base pay, your BAH, and your BAS. What that income is per month, and then a breakdown of a bunch of different categories and how much those will cost every month. Now keep in mind, these are just kind of what I'm doing, and I changed the numbers up and a couple of the categories up. I don't really want to be showing you how much I pay for different stuff every month. That's kind of weird. But I just want to put this out there for people, you know, just so you have something to start off of. Because I found when I was doing this for myself, it was actually really difficult to think of oh yeah, I'm gonna have to pay for that. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to pay for that. So I just want to put this out there for other second lieutenants and also really anybody actually. But keep in mind, my numbers won't be the same as yours probably, unless you're gonna be a second lieutenant who's coming to Fort Sill, Oklahoma, who's single, and you're doing it in 2016. Otherwise, your numbers will be a little different because our pay will change from year to year. The BAH changes depending on where you are. If you're not single, you get paid more for some stuff, but it's gonna cost you more in other places. So just kind of keep that in mind. Overall, really being a second lieutenant in the Army is not bad pay. I mean, there are a lot of degrees where you could definitely make more money per year. But first of all, you shouldn't be joining the military based off of money. I think there's really just so much more than that. But frankly, it's not that bad. It's not that bad at all. Especially if you include scholarships and stuff like that, then it's actually really good. But yeah, that's all I've got for today, guys. I just want to kind of put this out there, talk about it a little. You know, making $49,500, $600 a year right out of college, which really translates to about $51,000, $52,000 when you talk about taxes and stuff, is not bad. You know, a lot of degrees, you know, you can make more. I'm a business major. A lot of business majors straight out of college, you know, are making $60,000 a year. So yeah, giving up on that, but again, you don't do it for the money. I hope this helped. Check out the image in the description that shows you all the costs and the income sources and everything, just so you can just be a little more conscious about it. But yeah, that's all I've got for today, guys. So please comment if this helped or didn't help, or anything else you want me to talk about. Give me a like if you like this video, and subscribe to join me on this journey. If you didn't already know, second lieutenant in the Army, I'm just getting to Bullock. I actually start Bullock tomorrow. I'm really excited about it. It's gonna be a lot of work, but I think it's gonna be cool. So if you're interested, you know, subscribe to join me on this journey through Bullock and my first duty station and my first platoon and just, you know, my military life. But anyways, guys, that's all I've got for today. So until next time, keep killing.